Wow. Well, we're on the last segment here, and you really kind of taken me on an emotional journey, which I thank you for. But I want to bring it all back to the gorge, to Hood River, to your home, and where people think, Hood River, where's Hood? Is that where they windsurf? I think I've heard of it, if they even know that. Not somewhere where lives are being changed. And this Hood River is where your organization is based. Mm-hmm. So tell me about the community and how this all works together.
Well, it's odd sometimes. We won an award a couple of years ago for being the best the best nonprofit content provider on Twitter. So I had to fly to New York and accept this award. And ahead of me were people from so-and-so from New York City, from this organization. And then I come up to get my award, and they go, Scott Zagarino from the Sports Grants Foundation in Hood River, Oregon. And there's a synergy to that, is that nobody's suffering in Hood River. We
Right.
didn't lose any people who were in the armed forces in Hood River. We don't have any cancer in Hood River. There's a point to being in Hood River. It's just like the rest of the world. Mm-hmm. And one of the programs we're involved in guarantees scholarships and it's private. This is not government funded. It's your $10. Fund scholarships for the children of every Special Forces operative that has died in the line of duty in the last 10 years. And the burden now is something like $50 million. But you can find online stories of kids whose parents were killed when they were 12 who have completed their educations because of your money. Now that's the boots on the ground kind of stuff that makes a real difference. And I am not an advocate of ending cancer research, of big organizations that tackle big problems. That needs to be done. But you sitting there on the other side, if you look at the other side of it, do you see these do you see these problems being solved today?
What is the community doing as far as how are they responding to you? How are you right in your backyard? How are you mobilizing this effort? How are you doing that?
Well, to answer your question, I've done it here because you didn't know about it before.
Right.
And I think that's had an impact. In my community of whitewater kayakers, you'll see a lot of Project One stickers on boats because for a while they were referring to me as Cancer Boy, because that's what I do. If we paddle, they know what I do, and they know that they've been asked to join, to help. And rarely do they say no. And the stickers don't appear because I put them on their boats. They just show up. Kiteboarding for Cancer happens in the gorge. I have no truck. I'll help anyone. A rising tide floats all boats. And the idea of being able to help from the gorge is an advantage to us because it tells the guy in New York City that it doesn't have to be huge. And it doesn't have to be based in a huge city in a huge office building. You can do good from Hood River, for Hood River, from Hood River.
And not to discredit the huge groups and things in places like New York or Los Angeles, but if they could strip away all the unnecessary stuff and really focus on why they're even there, would that be if we're trying to encapsulate everything as we go out of the show, would that be an accurate hope?
I can actually sum it up this way. I think that that's true. I think that grassroots fundraising should solve grassroots problems. That big endowments, that government money, that institutional money should go to those humongous research projects. But that if you or me or the guy down the street donates $25, that they should be equally concerned. And I've actually worked for organizations that have said, we're not interested in the individual. We're interested in the problem. Well, by separating the two, you've actually caused more suffering than you're ever going to help, because the outcome is uncertain one way. And if that 17-year-old kid got his day, that's a certain outcome.
Absolutely.
Your choice, right?
Right.
Project one, or none.
Or none. Well, Scott, thank you. It's been a real honor having you on, and appreciate what
pleasure.
you're doing.
Thank you.
And thank you for enlightening myself and hopefully many, many others. And all the best with what you're doing. And I love the fact that we can make a difference.
Well, so thank you. Whoever's watching, you did that. Thank you.
Well, thank you. So you guys, thank you for watching, and go out there and you can make a difference. So as I always say, take care of each other.
Do you have a guest idea? Let us know. Go to localite.com.